Hello everyone and welcome to Battleship Command. I'm Bracer, the developer, and today we're going to have a look at playing a mission. So, we're going to head into the missions menu here. And here we have a list of missions and we're going to play a mission called The Wolf. And the briefing is as follows. A high-value British supply ship has been sighted steaming for Gibraltar. The Scharnhorst is perfectly positioned to charge in for an attack. Expect heavy units from the Royal Navy base in Gibraltar to be dispatched to meet the incoming supply ship, so be quick and efficient. When the supply ship has been sunk, travel to Madeira. Good luck and good hunting, Commander. Alright, so we need to find and sink a supply ship and then travel to Madeira. It will be early morning in 1942 and we are traveling alone. Pretty good weather, I see. Alright, let's go. So it's unclear whether or not the supply ship will be escorted from the start or if they will meet up with their escorts coming from Gibraltar. Right, here we are on the bridge. It's early morning. Beautiful sunrise. We are traveling kind of south, going pretty fast. Alright, let's check the map. We are outside of Portugal. And here we have the supply ship sighting. It's traveling east towards Gibraltar. And they have some 700 kilometers to go. And we are here. So we have 300 kilometers to reach their path. It looks like quite a good spot to intercept here. Let's set waypoints directly south, and we will, when we get somewhere around here, some 100 kilometers before the interception point, we can send off the recon plane to try to find the supply ship. And when we're done, we're heading down to Madeira. Alright, I think we're all set. Let's use some time compression. We can go up to 32 times the time compression in the 3D view. But heading into the map, we were able to go a lot higher. Radio message received. MND, that is the German Naval Intelligence. And they say a heavy Royal Navy surface vessel has steamed out of port in Gibraltar, heading west, high speed. Alright, then we will be some 400 kilometers from Gibraltar, so hopefully we have time to engage the supply ship before the escort arrives. Alright, a little bit more, and then we'll send out the recon plane. 100. Let's send it out. So our recon plane is sitting on the catapult, which is back here on the hangar. There you can see it. Let's tell it to launch. Slow down slightly so that we don't have any accidents. See, the catapult is turning to launch the plane off the side of the ship, and it's going to be launched by compressed air. Should be quite a lot of power in those compressed air tubes to get this plane launching. That it can launch fast enough, you know, to fly off a ship like that without a runway. The engine has started. Catapult is pulling back the plane, preparing for launch. And off we go. A nice and easy takeoff there. Let's speed up again. And let's head into the map and give the plane some waypoints. So let's make them head down south and then towards the sighting. And they will report directly in case they spot something. So let's go. Need to keep a little eye on their fuel levels, just that they can manage to get back and land, and we can pick up the plane. Nothing here. Let's shortcut a bit then. There we go. Contact sighted. Yellow means that the contact is not identified as friendly or foe yet. But we can click on the contact and see what information the plane has. So it's from the recon plane, and they sighted a cruiser. Well, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a supply ship. But yeah, it might be an escort then. Let's have the plane fly another lap around the cruiser and see if we can get some more information. That's quite a big chance that it is an escort. We'll see what they report. Alright, it's a group of ships heading east. Flags not identified, but there is a cruiser. %5 fuel. There we go. Now we know that they are enemy. Ship sighted, heading east, traveling 15 to 20 knots at least, an allied cruiser. Alright, pretty likely that it is an escort, and the supply ship is in the group there. Let's see, 60. Let's shortcut a bit more. And you, 73%. I would like the plane actually to take a little sweep down towards Gibraltar just to check for that heavy surface unit that sailed out from Gibraltar. So you go there, and I will engage this cruiser here. Alright. Alright, he figured out that it's the HMS Kent. But now we'll not get any more updates since the plane has lost sight of the contact, I guess. %50 fuel. There we go, another contact. What have we got here? A battleship. Pretty likely that that is a ship traveling out from Gibraltar. Because I doubt we have any battleships in the area. You head back here. They have 250 kilometers to go. And we have 70 to the contact. Good. So hopefully we'll manage to sink the... oh yeah, we have a cruiser as well. I will manage to sink both the cruiser and the supply ship, I guess, before the battleship arrives. Alright, we should soon be in visibility range. A group of ships even, so it's not just a battleship. At least an allied battleship. Alright. Yeah, we better be fast. Ship sighted, looks like a warship. Bearing 2 degrees to port. 25 kilometers out. Alright, we need to get in a bit closer. Let's go into manual control. Remove that waypoint. I guess let's center the rudder. Another ship sighted. Merchant. Let's take a look. Sure enough, I see 2 shadows there, straight ahead. Let's head into the fire director. Start to set up the guns. See muzzle flashes. So we are being engaged. Turning on the radar. So some 20 kilometers distance. See if we can pick it up on radar. There we have a target blip. 23 kilometers still, pretty far away. The target should be traveling from right to left across our view here. We are traveling to this direction. So I need to adjust the target ship bearing here to go from right to left. Speed was something like 15 to 20 knots, as I remember. Okay, fire high armor piercing is good. Alright, no reason to wait, let's fire back. Adjusting the range here it is. And fire turret A. Fire turret B. 3 stacks. That's our Kent cruiser. Waiting for splashes. There they are. Pretty close, but slightly ahead of the target. So I'm going to reduce the estimated speed. Fire A, fire B. I'll get in a bit closer, and then I'm going to change our heading that turret C can fire as well. Oh, I think we straddled the target. Fire A, fire B. That's good enough then. I'm going to turn heading, let's say west, that we can get turret C to open up as well. Pretty foggy today. Really difficult to see the target. Splash is there. Still slightly ahead of the target. Going to reduce speed a bit more then. Maybe adjust the target bearing slightly. Maybe it's coming slightly towards me. Alright, fire A, fire B. Ooh, that was close. Straddled the target again. But some of the shots, most of the shots are a bit too far, so I'm going to aim slightly shorter. Maybe adjust the target heading slightly. Alright, let's go. I'd actually like to turn a bit harder. That was some nice splashes. I wonder if that was a hit even. Turret C is opening up. Still rudder midships. Now I hear splashes very, very close. So it seems they got the solution correct. Let's enable the secondary battery as well by connecting it to the main fire control, that we can fire them as well. Fire A, fire B. Slightly ahead. Firing. Still shooting a bit too far. Slow down. Can it be that the ship has slowed down that much? Firing everything. Here comes the other ship. So it looks like it's slowed down. Could it be that we actually did hit it and damage the propulsion? Oh, that's a nice hit. 2 hits at least. Let's keep firing everything. I think the ship is standing still actually. I wonder if I hit it already below the water line. Maybe damaged some propulsion. Let's keep firing. Now we can see our main target here, the supply ship. If we're lucky, we might actually hit it. This is traveling quite close to the cruiser. I'm using my keyboard to fire all guns at once. Yeah, the cruiser is definitely standing still. Wonder what happened. Nice hits there. That might be just below the waterline. Oh, that's a nice hit for sure. And here we have a hit to the superstructure. Hope we can disable their fire control. But most of all, we want to hit the hull around the waterline to poke holes in the hull that the ship will take on water and eventually sink. Feels like they're not firing as much anymore. A few nice hits there. Maybe we did disable a turret or two. Looks like they have a fire here. There's a lot of smoke around turret B. Turret X seems to be trained totally off. That's a nice hit. And I think they're picking up a list. Firing with turret Y. So still a threat. Nice few hits there. Let's just quickly check the situation here, that we're not missing something. Oh, that's a lot of nice hits there. Now we have a good solution. Pretty easy when the target is stationary. Gets a bit more difficult when they are traveling fast. Turret A is still firing. And this is a fairly big target. Gets pretty difficult to try to hit Some small fast destroyers traveling at some 20 kilometers away. Nice few hits there. She should be going down. Yeah, there she goes. Very nice. The escort has been destroyed. Now let's find that. Oh look, she has actually been damaged. So she did end up in the middle of the fire. Let's see. 14 kilometers away. Let's get in a bit closer before we start firing at this one to save some ammo. Let's go to heading to 210. Looks good. Oh, we have been hit, I see. Let's check the damage report. Alright. I did not notice that we lost one of our secondary batteries. One of the secondary turrets. I guess we'll have to manage without that one. Oh, maybe the ship will even sink before we manage to get close. So, since this is a merchant, we can actually switch over to high explosives. Let's see, 12 kilometers away. See how our recon plane is doing. 30% fuel. Should be fine. Let's head down here. And we can meet the plane and quickly pick it up and head down to Madeira. So we can actually speed up time a little bit. Otherwise it's going to become a long video. There we go, let's sink the supply ship. I can actually tell my crew to fire this time. So I select the ship here, set it as main target. Make sure we have high explosives. Good. And the secondary battery will also fire since it's connected to the main fire control. You can see the guns are elevating when they're done reloading, changing the ammo. Shots fired. Slightly overshot the target. Try again. Secondary battery fired. Still overshooting the targets. We're still shooting too far. That's better. Might have hit it below the waterline, but not sure really. There we go. Nice few hits there. I think we can actually hold fire for now. Because that might be enough to sink the ship. Let's slow down slightly. Still need to wait for the recon plane. Let's fire off a few more shells. There we go. Hold fire. Sink the supply ship complete. Very nice. And down she goes. Alright then. Where is that recon plane? 26% fuel. Let's meet up with the plane. We should have time for that. Now we hear the plane. 20% fuel. Plenty. No visual yet, but I'll tell the plane to return to ship. Oh, it's still quite far off, but we can actually stop our ship. Now we should be able to see the plane. There it is. It's just going to come and land next to us, and then we will pick it up. using one of the cranes and place the plane back up on the hangar and the catapult. Recon plane is on landing approach. There is. It looked bouncy. Nice landing. There we go, welcome back. Crane is turning to pick up the plane. Can start to get the engines spinning. And up she goes. Alright, how long time do we have before that? Should be quite far away still. Hurry up. Blank speed, please. We want to head down to Madeira really quick. Plane is being lifted back. How's it going? Flank speed. All right, let's go. We have almost 700 kilometers to go. Let's hope there's no incidents on the way here. We'll be there in some 10 hours, so like early morning. It's getting evening. Really dark. Moon is up already. Alright, there we go. Reach Madeira complete. All missions are completed. Press escape to end this scenario. Let's take a look if we can see Madeira. It's in the middle of the night. Oh yeah, there it is. You can see it lit up by the moonlight. Very nice. Alright, let's end the scenario here. Alright, complete. HMS Kent sunk, Altmark sunk. We fired 234 main gun shells, and hit with 51 of them. So that gives us an accuracy of 20, almost 22%, not bad. And almost 10% accuracy with the secondary battery. Alright, very nice. That was a success. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any questions or feedback. Make sure to head into my Discord if you want to discuss the game further. And be sure to head into Steam and wishlist the game. So until next time, take care.